Good day, everyone. My name is Maria Kądzielska, and this is Poland Daily Culture. The Polish National Radio Symphony Orchestra is one of the most important cultural organizations in Poland. The director of the orchestra, Ewa Bogusz, is our guest today. Thank you for coming to us from Katowice.
It's a pleasure to be with you.
But before we start the interview, let's listen to some music. Since 2019, Lawrence Foster is the first conductor in the orchestra, and he's an American composer with a huge output. But why is he the best choice for NASP?
Usually when we're talking about choosing a conductor, is on one hand a decision of the management, but on the other hand, and that's actually very, very important decision, is decision of the orchestra. So in a way, it looks like that you have conductors, when you're searching for a conductor, let's say, you've got conductors coming and working with the orchestra, and the orchestra needs to feel whether is there chemistry. It's like almost like in any relationship, you have to feel that that's the right one. And with Larry Foster, that was exactly what happened between him and the orchestra. That the orchestra felt that they want to play for him, that they want to play with him, and they do. There's a huge admiration because of his knowledge, his experience, and I think, again, I'm just saying what the orchestra is thinking, but that's what they told me. They do feel as if they can learn from him, and that's very important for the orchestra, because we do have to have in mind that the orchestra is like the living organism. They need to constantly, they need to learn, they need to develop, and with Larry, I think that they can do it. And from my perspective, it's also kind of interesting relationship, because when we talk about the program, how the next season is going to look, on one hand, we talk, okay, who we would like to invite when it comes to soloist, what we would like to present, whether it's going to be Mahler or Bruckner, or whether, which direction we would like to go. But at the same time, we're thinking, okay, so what is good for the orchestra? What they need to play to develop? And Larry is a perfect person, and there is a great partnership between him and the orchestra and myself. So yeah, we're very happy. He just started, and actually he's with us this week, so we also always looking forward when he's coming. Yeah, he will be with us for another few years, so we can only now imagine what the orchestra will be like in the next 3 or 4 years.
What is his main approach, which is different, for example, from the previous one? And what is his main way to lead the team?
His experience. I mean, he has played or worked with so many great ensembles. And in a way, he knows the music well as well, to be able to say whether the problem, for example, when they rehearsing a piece, he knows from his experience whether this problem is with the musician or maybe it's something with him, because he would be kind of first to say sometimes that, if the orchestra doesn't play well, sometimes it's not the orchestra, it's the conductor, because maybe he just kind of got lost or somewhere. So, but he's got this experience. I've been using this word many times now, but I think that's the clue in this relationship. The orchestra needs to feel safe, and I think they do feel safe with Larry. That they play with him, and even if things are going in a direction they don't understand and they don't feel like it's a safe grounds for them, they trust him. And that's what is needed.
Perfect. Trust is all. In every relationship, it's the most important.
Exactly. You can take risk, but you have to trust.
Just right now, at the beginning of a new year, you will have 2 piano orchestra of Liszt and of Schumann, directed by Lawrence Foster. And on the piano, there will be Plamena Mangowa. And is this year dedicated to romantics?
I think what Larry likes to do, and sometimes in the programming, he likes to create cycles, and sometimes just to pair composers which might not be that obvious to pair in a way. For him, Liszt and Schumann just a perfect partnership, if we're talking about partnership now. And I think it's also good for the public to see sometimes the journey. So if you just play, you can hear a concerto here and maybe another one in a month's time, sometimes you just don't see where are the links, how a composer wanted to create some sort of bridges or themes. I think it's also kind of interesting experience for us to see how the public is going to react. Well, we'll see. I can again to say that we're very happy and inviting anybody, and I really like to hear comments, how people react to that sort of programming and whether they like it or not. But I do feel that even if somebody knows the pieces, through that pairing, we'll be able to discover new things. And that's usually what it's all about. Because, if you look at the program, there are many pieces which, we're playing through centuries, we're playing Beethoven since, long time ago. But sometimes if you're creating a different context for a concerto, for a piece, you can discover different things. And I think that was behind that programming in such a way.
If you are fans of Liszt and Schumann and you would like still to discover something new, the concert in Polish National Radio Symphony Orchestra is for you. And if you don't know anything about the Romantics, it's even more for you. And thank you for watching Poland Daily Culture.